we are back. So, last we left off, the crew of the expedition has found themselves in a tenuous position as they were recently attempting to escape into the city proper from their previous captivity by the mighty Skaven Gracier Thruk. After escaping his warring, ended up in the basement of one of the many almshouses throughout the city. You were able to fight your way as you were accosted by cultists that were taking up residence in this abode. One of them mutating into a fleshy abomination known as a chaos spawn. The other one's doing something somewhat nefarious, and they appear to have some kind of sorceress leader who was beginning to channel some dark magics before he was ultimately slain by Wolfram. But not before Wolfram was coated with a foul, bile-like substance from the chaos entity that ate through some of his armor and into his flesh, poisoning him. Where currently he is needing some treatment quite badly. But that brings us up to where Henry ultimately felling the beast, saving Nog in the process, and all of you beginning to take a few breaths after what just happened. And we're picking up right then. I will say Wolfram is going to be quickly deteriorating if something is not done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say
What's happening right
Wolfram's
now?
like losing 2 wounds right now. He's currently losing them. As he's beginning to
Someone, I could do a heal check on him.
Yeah, I think
As
it's
as I
time for a round
is
of
it my
heal
turn to do
tests.
that? Yeah, let me try that. Do a
Sure,
heal check.
Nog.
I mean, look, I have the skill, and I'm always good at it.
That's true.
He says as he fates the
fine.
dice.
Roll me a heal check, Nog.
Hey, a 32 under a 40. Oh, one level of success.
Okay. Nog does. He kind of reaches over and kind of like grabs a hold of you.
I sucked the poison out, bro. That's
Does he bleed me? Takes a little knife and
he
bleed me.
removes one poisoned condition because it's only one success.
He has 2.
He has 2, unfortunately.
All right. Well, someone else
but
is
he's a
gonna have
little
to try to
better.
get
So Nog, you kind of look at him and you're like, just rub some salt in it. You kind of like rub some like cooking material kind of on his flesh. Ironically, it does help a little bit, but he still is
because I cook
accosted.
with good herbs, you know.
So you will lose another point of health then, Wolfram, as you were still poisoned.
I vomit up some blood.
I'll try another one if I can.
Okay, give me another one, Lucian.
Come on.
That's 49 out of 50.
Nice.
Oh Jesus! Thanks God.
Just enough. That's just enough. He only had one more level.
Yeah.
So Lucian, you kind of look at him again, and utilizing some of your like field triage skills, you're able to like look around in the kitchen, and after seeing not success with the like cooking materials, you kind of move into the kitchen, grab a few things, come over and apply a few different like herbs and spices into Wolfram's wounds. Nog's probably salivating at this point, just like
we all rubbing spices into food, you know.
And so, but through
Found
the
some
process,
baking soda.
through this process, through luck, essentially,
neutralize some things.
Yeah, you neutralize the whatever was accosting him, and he is no longer poisoned. You do have a fatigue condition, Wolfram, from being poisoned, but you appear to be okay.
Everybody capable of walking.
So
we need to get to the. We need to get to the Sultan as fast as we can. I think it's safe to say anybody in league with the almshouses or in league with the great enemy. As I wipe the blood from my naked body, as Lucian reminded me, I have no armor on.
You don't have armor. You have clothes, but you don't have any armor on. Yeah, it got rusted away.
Oh, that's right. It got rusted away.
I'm probably going to try to recoup some wounds myself.
Are you going to? So are you guys hanging out in here for a little bit, or
I'm
gonna reload my gun.
Get some wounds somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe Luther can investigate the bodies of the.
Yeah, I was gonna look.
I would want to go about.
So let's hold off on recovering stuff right now, because here's what's gonna happen. You all begin to like, so Lucian and Nog, you begin to like kind of like sit down, begin to try to take care of yourself. Wolfram likewise is in the process of reloading his handgun. Henry's currently just kind of like trying to get the blood off of him. And Luther, I'm assuming you're probably moving towards the corpses to see what you can make of them. Either the Chaos Spawn might be fascinating for you, or the Sorcerer and the other people. As you are moving in that direction, an individual darkens the doorway.
Oh shit!
Of the back entrance, closest to Wolfram and Lucian. Well, not Lucian would have moved away. Wolfram and Luther. Appears to be a man with a iron helmet, heavily armored.
Ah,
Oh shit!
does he have a cool
Chainmail,
clip?
Like a falcon?
thick leather boots, gloves, a black cloak, a bracer of throwing daggers, a massive handgun, kind of a pistol really, across his back that's currently pulled as he walks through the door as the bounty hunter that you accosted almost 2 days ago.
He accosted us.
Walks through the door
Yeah.
with
you-
the gun drawn. You can thank the viewers for this one. As he walks through
You
the
have
door
betrayed us.
with his gun drawn, looks at all of you. Well, well, well. Quite the predicament we're all in. He sees the heap of flesh laying in the center of the room. I get extra for you, degenerates. I'll be taking Lucien. I'm taking Wolfram as well. Mr. Kistler, Levesque, coming with me. You need to answer for your crimes.
I promised I would pay her back. As soon as I get money, I'll go back and pay her back for all those nights.
The hammer thumbs back on the pistol.
Are you sure there's not some kind of arrangement we can come to?
What'd you have in mind?
A service, perhaps?
We have money, but I don't think it's enough to cover all the price on our heads. So yes. However, we could be of service to you.
You killed this creature.
Yes.
Actually, he did. I'm going to point at Henry.
So, this is a very important test that you will have to make. I'm going to need Lucien to give me a charm roll.
Uh-oh.
I will say Wolfram assists you, so you get a plus 10.
What the hell is my charm? It's not great.
If you fail this roll, this will result in a combat. Right
You know
now.
what?
No, I'm just gonna lay it out. It's gonna happen.
Oh, I figured.
I'm just gonna lay it.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my final resilience point
Okay.
Oh,
to roll
Smart.
one.
Really smart.
All right, Lucien. He cocks his head for a moment, almost in disbelief. The hammer of the pistol cocks back. It's uncocked. He loosens it, puts it back to where it is. He slings the pistol, and it's like a heavily modified, and it is technically a pistol, much larger than normal. Slings it back across him, over his shoulders. You just kind of see these like beady eyes in the low light. Maybe there's more to all of you than I thought. Wouldn't be the first time I've had a contract that didn't make any sense. Thought it was unusual that you guys were, I don't know, working with the Empire and all that after a while that happened. Maybe we can come to an agreement after all. He kind of leans against the door jamb, folds his arms. Why don't you give me your side of the story, Levesque? We'll see how much of a potential ally I might be to you.
My father was the captain of the guards in the city where I was raised. My brothers and I joined the force as soon as we were old enough to serve. We felt it was our family calling to protect people in our community. I love my father, my brothers. As you've no doubt heard, one day we were beset.
Beastmen.
Yes.
The rats, really?
Yes.
You believe in fairy tales?
I did it until that day.
Mm-hmm.
As it happened, I was away from town that day. Came back to find chaos, madness.
Mm-hmm.
Amongst the unrest, I sought out the people who were still there, still alive, still functioning. I knew by my service, my comrade at arms, Wolfram here. He had heard of a colleague or two who might have known something about what was going to occur. Through his intelligence and through means of my own, I tracked down one
His
of these men.
name was Wolf Adenbrock.
Just Wolf. I thought maybe he had just fallen asleep at his post, but it turns out he had taken blood payment to allow passage to the infiltration of my town, led to the deaths of my family members. Yes, I'm guilty of killing that man. I felt it was justice he might never find.
You seem to definitely have misjudged you. I apologize, Mr. Levesque.
You are in your rights to seek the bounty on my head, but do I believe it will be justice? No, I do not.
So, Sovereign Morvid Herschel III of Beckhaven has you escaping trial for murder of one of the members of the city council, Wolf Adenbrock. It would not be the first time that a bounty has slipped through my fingers. It will not be the last. I can't promise you they won't send more. But I'll do you a kindness if you will do me one in return. I will claim that Lucien Levesque is no more. With no proof, I will recover nothing as far as the bounty is concerned. But they may not send any after you hereafter. However, all I ask is for steady contracts. You work with this expedition, correct?
Yes.
Seems I'm in need of a new patron. If you can set me up, we have a deal.
We would certainly vouch for your skills in battle. We've had a taste of those already. As for your character, I owe you a debt for hearing me out. It seems you are reasonable and
You'd be the first to say that.
principled, at the very least.
Kistler, don't think that you're getting out of this. I won't be taking you in, but there's still a bounty on your head as well.
I appreciate you allowing me to live today.
Well, would you need an escort? I'm assuming you're going to go back to your estate.
Yes. We must give intelligence to the Sultan. When you just interrupted us, we were in the middle of a breakthrough in this investigation we are conducting.
Yes, see is that the forces of the Dark Gods are not just an Imperial problem.
Have put down fairly deep roots in this part of the world, it would seem.
There's definitely going to be a lot of work for me here. Well, patch yourselves up if you need. I'll stand watch.
Obliged.
What could have been a very violent encounter is resolved into a possible ally.
Hey, diplomacy.
A critical success. That's what it comes to.
I wasted all 3 resolve points with this guy.
Hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm right there with you, buddy.
Oh, man.
All right. Feel free to heal yourselves if you need to at this point.
Definitely going to give that a try.
The bounty
How
hunter
does
So,
that work again?
will tell you his actual name.
I have to get a good night's sleep for me to lose the fatigue, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
So his name is
How do
Walter
we,
Kirsch. He's also known as
Walter
the
Kirsch.
Mongrel of Beckhafen.
Ooh, that's cool name.
Famous
How do
for
we,
he's famous for his relentless pursuits of his bounties, as well as the slaying of a former Lord Walden the Butcher, who was not just a mark, but was one of his patrons, and was revealed to be a vampire whose head he collected the bounty with.
Shit.
Because a mongrel
Killed a
what?
vampire.
He's known as the Mongrel of Beckhafen.
Beckhafen. Where is Beckhafen?
It's in the kind of like northwestern part of the empire. It's somewhat close towards Kislev. It's in that direction.
Okay.
Oh, that's near where I'm from then, right?
Yes.
Relatively. Okay.
Close enough. Close enough that, the local Lord of Beckhafen once, has put bounties on both of your heads for some reason. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to look over at the corpses in the room and whatever I can.
Okay. Which one are you going to study?
The sorcerer first. What's left of his face, I guess.
What's left of it?
You're welcome.
Yeah. The sorcerer. So let's see here. We have got, I think it's just perception.
I don't know.
Isn't there an investigation? It's been so
I don't
long since
know.
we played.
I think we were doing perception.
Yeah, I think it's perception.
Okay. No, that's not the best for me. But yeah, I'm looking everyone over.
Okay. You're in a calm setting, secure door. I'll give you a +20 to the roll.
Okay. That's just a success.
Just a success. Okay.
Yeah.
Looking over the cultists, you kind of like peel away their masks. Most of them have like grins on their faces. Um, they look somewhat unremarkable. They do bear marks of mutation. Like one of them has like a bulbous eye that's like way bigger than the other one. A couple of the others have like strange like scales, and even one of them has like a feather, like a beak for a nose.
Mm-hmm.
The sorcerer that was channeling magic, though, you move over to him, and as you pull away his hood, he looks like a normal man.
Okay.
Not just a normal man, he looks like a very well-groomed gentleman, despite the hole in his head. Um, why don't you give me a history? What's it called?
Lower.
Or
Give me a lore. This would be a lore, Lashik, which you don't have.
I don't have Royal Chic, but I have okay intelligence.
Okay.
So let's see.
I will give you a. So you guys, from where you live, I will give you a +20 to your lore roll.
Okay. Uh, that's one success.
One success. Okay. So you actually recognize this man. He is a notable merchant of exotic goods in the upper section of the city.
Mm-hmm.
He is let me pull it up real fast. His name. All right. Yeah, so his name is. Damn, I just lost it. Zaid Ishmael. And he's a very wealthy merchant up here. And matter of fact, you would know that he owns like more than a dozen or 2 dozen stalls down in the actual like market part of the city, as well as several buildings in the upper section and the lower section. He's a very wealthy man to begin with. A man with a lot of political pull. He is also known to be a close friend of the Sultan.
do we see like physical marks of corruption or mutation?
So on the face, neck, and like shoulders, you don't see anything, Luther. You, I mean, are you looking even further? Yes, probably.
Yeah. How's my mistress doing right now? Is she comatose still
Your
kind of?
mistress is kind of like in and out of consciousness.
Okay. Okay.
She
Just want
was
to know if she's.
tortured quite a bit
Yeah.
before
Okay.
everything happened. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I would be examining as close as I go.
So you kind of like you begin to look him over a little bit more. You notice a strange marking on his chest as you kind of like pulling some of the ropes away.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like kind of like a crescent moon shape. It has like a strange like star point on it, and there appears to be like a eye like in the center of the moonish looking shape. You recognize like a chaos sigil of some kind when you see one, and it's been like the strange thing is it is not cut into his flesh. It looks as if it was it's like the skin hardened, and it's almost like I don't know, like the hide of an animal, and it's discolored.
Did it grow in?
It looks like it grew out of his body, yes. And it's on his chest. You also see that he has on his person a like hand-sized mirror. As you pick it up, I mean, are you going to pick it up?
Yeah, I would be able to. Well, let's see. Yeah, I'll pick it up and detect artifact on it.
You have to touch it.
I do have to touch it.
Make me a cool test, Luther.
Okay.
How'd we do, Luther?
Is
68.
1 second. Let's see. One level success.
One level success. Okay.
Damn.
One level of success, Luther. Your mind is assaulted as you touch it. For a moment, you feel like a dark presence, almost like force itself into your own mind, and for just a second, you almost temporarily lose your senses. You almost your mind might have snapped a little bit, but you're able to kind of like forcefully hold yourself together. As you do so, you see images of several faces in quick succession. Most you don't recognize. One of them you recognize immediately as where is his name? Where are you? Where are you? Wallow Hornberger. He was the master of the almshouse on the dock. So you see several faces appear. You see 9 faces in very quick succession. And you recognize that one.
How many
Immediately.
almshouses are there?
There are 10 almshouses that you know
That
of.
makes sense. Okay.
You see all of these images flash before your eyes. You're like, oh, and then immediately the mirror shatters and breaks. You can tell, Luther, that there was some kind of magic connection, and it looks like somebody on the other end has broken it, knowing that someone has intruded on their presence.
Yeah.
But you do have like images of them in your head, even if you do not know who they are. I would allow you to make another Lore Lashik test if you want to try to identify some of them.
I will do so. 24 out of 70.
Damn. 4 levels of success.
Yep, 4 levels of success.
I will give you 4 names.
Okay.
All right. There is Arima Mashi, Masihe, Masai. I'm not good with these names. Rima Masai. She is the aunt of the previous sultan. You have Atif Youssef, the lieutenant of the city guard. Maria Dubois. Maria Dubois. She works down in the dock area, and she is a healer from faraway Bretonia, noted for not accepting coin. She mostly does everything on the house. And finally, you get an image of Fauzi Zatar, a notable priest of the cult of jinns. So you recognize...
He's not the head priest, right?
He's not the head priest, but he is like a higher priest. They've
infiltrated everywhere.
And then there's a bunch you don't recognize, but you recognize those.
Okay. My friends, I think I've seen faces of some of the conspirators in this cult. City of the Guard, a lieutenant, a Bretonian healer, a high-ranking priest of the cult of the Jinn, and finally the aunt of the previous sultan, along with Wallow Hornberger, the man we ran into previously. The generous man who was offering aid to all these people at the almshouse, the other almshouse. This man, I'd recognize as I put my stick across his face, as Saeed Ishmael. He is a prominent merchant and a friend of our sultan.
Friends of the Sultan.
Yes. It appears all of these people are connected to the entire city. The peasant class, the merchant class, the nobility, the priesthood, they are all infected.
As you finish saying that, Hirsch says, "We got company. City guard. Looks like a lot of them."
But if the lieutenant is here.
Is the lieutenant among them? Are you aware of this lieutenant?
I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
Oh, there.
Perhaps we should leave. Mistress, please, take my shoulder.
Can we have any way
go
to
out the front? They're coming this way.
Imagine we don't have any way to move this body, do we?
Mm-mm.
You
do have a nog.
Do we need to move it or dispose of it?
We need evidence. We need evidence.
I like
for the
how
Sultan.
Nog thinks there.
Well, how much
we
evidence?
do.
Because can we just bring the head? I can eat the rest of it. The heads
We need the
easy to
arm
carry.
sticking out of his chest.
We need the part with the sigil.
Nog could carry a corpse.
Well, I could eat everything but the part we need is what
Well,
I'm
you
saying.
could just
That-
carry the body. Nog.
Just carry the corpse. You don't have to.
I'm also saying that I'm going to need to eat.
Don't eat.
There's
Well,
plenty of
we'll
other
have a snack.
cultists.
Oh,
We'll say that Nog has been snacking.
I'll carry the
on-
body.
Well, I'll be honest with
I-
you, Nog. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Would you be eating the chaos spawn?
Not the chaos spawn. Not after seeing how it sprayed poor Henry with blood
You know what,
everywhere.
Nog?
You know?
Why don't you go and make me a cool test, Nog?
Oh,
Let's see if
What
you
I
don't try
really
eat
want
this
to know
chaos
is how
spawn.
I mean,
do I
try
get
to eat
any of my
Nog.
damn hit points back because I ain't done that yet. Cool test. All right, here we go. Just straight up cool test, huh? Don't
Yep.
fail me now, dice. Nice, 2,553.
Okay. You're good. You resist the urge. And I will say it is an unnatural urge, Nog. Similar to what happened in the basement. Almost as if you were drawn to
I would
chaotic
want to,
creatures to
but no, I
consume
shouldn't,
them.
kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to pick up any
Exactly.
corruption.
Is this almshouse as we're leaving, with the body? Is this almshouse connected to other buildings?
No, it is not. And strangely enough, most of the almshouses are not. They're in specific locations where they do not have a building butting up against them.
Okay.
Got to move now.
Yeah, we're moving.
Yeah.
We're moving. We're moving.
You guys can roll for your healing if you need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, how does that work?
Somebody's got to roll for healing. And then
I was gonna try to heal
Oh,
myself.
can I roll to heal myself?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try that. Let's see.
As you guys are healing, we will be moving.
No, I do not. I do not manage to heal myself.
Sorry, Nog.
I got 6 wounds back.
I'm
You still
hurting.
got 6 wounds back. Henry's topped off. Wolfram's doing okay. Luther's probably doing fine as well. You all begin to shuffle out the front. Nog, you're carrying the body, correct?
Yeah, I'll be carrying that body.
Okay.
Carrying it. Can
Carrying the
you hear me?
body.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
carrying the
I
body.
gotcha. Nog has got the corpse of the notable merchant on his person as you guys flee out the front.
Oh
I'll use him as a
man.
shield if I have to, though.
The bounty hunter is coming in behind you all. He currently has his pistol stowed. He does have what look to be like some kind of like orbs in his hand, though. He says, yeah, you notice as soon as you get out that you are on the fringe of the upper section, like you're about to cross over into the upper section of the city. But you're below the seawall right now, but you're right at like a gate is just right next to you guys. You've traveled a great distance from where you were previously kidnapped from. So he says, all right, I'm not exactly sure what the hell's going on, but you guys need a distraction?
I assume did quick question. Did we get any kind of like documentation from the Sultan that we were on official business with any kind of like seal or
You personally did not.
dang it.
Now, somebody else might have stuff like that, but you 5 personally did not collect anything.
Damn it.
The guards as they're moving in, were they make it inside the building as we left, or
As you guys are leaving, they are entering the building right now.
okay, and then never mind.
Then I'll say, if you have something expedient, we can certainly use it.
The bounty hunter is moving with you when all of a sudden the gate opens and men riding war horses, wearing shining, gleaming armor, led by a notorious individual, Commander Dieter Hellwig, come moving, and you recognize your fellow Knights Panther, Henry. They come moving out. Hellwig shouts to his men, "Split off! Take them all! Burn them to the ground in the name of all that is good and righteous." And you watch as several groups of knights, they begin to split off in groups of like 5 or 6, and their horses begin to rove in different directions. Hellwig makes note of all of you approaching, turns and whispers something to Otto, and then begins to ride off in a different direction. Otto prances up his horse next to all of you. "Henry, the rest of you, what has happened? You look terrible. Who's that man?" as he looks towards the bounty hunter.
Oh no, I didn't notice. I finally uncovered this plot to these almshouses.
Yes, the Commander Hellwig has already informed us there's treachery about. We are to burn them all to the ground.
Almshouses.
All of them, yes.
Good, we just came from one, but the city guard are inside of it.
I was told they might be compromised. We will dispatch them ourselves. Why don't you head back to the estate? You guys look like you need some rest.
I think we'll be fine. Where are you coming from?
From the estate.
You're coming from the estate.
Yes.
Maybe maybe we'll do just that. Obviously, I can't fight anything in my trousers.
What has happened to you?
Has a badass sword in his hand, you know?
That sword in his hand.
That's a story I'll share with you when you get back.
Very well. Take care of yourselves, and I guess good day, sir. As he like nods towards the bounty hunter, and then he moves off in a different direction.
When he rides off,
Well,
I'll
actually,
turn to my party members. Did that seem odd to any of you?
I was hoping before he left, could I just ask him a quick question before Henry says
Yes.
it? Sir Otto, how did you hear about the corruption of the almshouses?
Commander Helwig says that he's been infiltrating it with his knights. He says that's what he's been doing this whole time.
Of course.
And
Good man.
he sensed some kind of corruption afoot and took the plan into effect. He is our commander. He's a great man, after all.
I believe so. I mean, to ferret out such corruption, so absolutely.
It is our holy duty.
Of course. I just kind of nod and bow. That's all.
Very well. Take care of yourselves. And then he will spot the mistress, and he will call over one of his before he trots off.
Oh yeah. Gosh,
He'll basically have one of his squires give you his horse, and then have him walk with you back, help you guys now whatever you need, just to let the mistress not be carried like a sack of potatoes. Put her on the horse and she can ride back.
I think we need to take this body to the Sultan.
Yes.
I believe you are right.
You're going to go now in the middle of the night while there is heresy afoot, fires being kindled throughout the city,
Oh,
the guard accused,
We can't
the cult
stop
of
that.
Jinn possibly complicit.
I don't know, the cult they can burn to the ground too.
Are you going to
If that's really what they're doing.
rest your laurels for just to catch your breath?
No,
We could go to
Some
the
of your
Royal
fatigue.
Cobra.
I feel like
we're
this
going
can't wait.
straight to the Sultan.
Straight to the Sultan.
yeah.
All right.
Although he might be a compromise in this too.
You never know.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Luther would have.
I don't know. At least I'm curious. Yeah, I don't know.
You're going straight. So what about the mistress? Are you sending her back to the estate, or are you? Because there is like a page essentially that is willing to take her.
I don't want to really be separated from her.
We can't trust anyone.
I mean, only Oliver's there, and he failed last time, you know.
There's a good possibility that
Still got a broken leg and stuff.
there are other members of the expedition that are probably there.
Mm-hmm. Is what's his name there?
Which one? Nazaro?
Nazaro.
He may or may not be. It's 50-50 on if he's there. He likes to spread his legs at night. He's a man of the people, one might say.
Yeah,
I like his style.
Yeah, I feel like we should take him with us.
Well,
Lazaro, I do too.
let's go to the estate, see who's there. If not, then we'll go to the Sultan.
Okay. You head back towards the estate. To expedite the process, you make your way there. There are several parties, and the guard is like on high alert. There's members of the guard moving, and it's almost like contradicting orders. Nobody knows what's going on. The city's in, it's not in chaos yet, but it's like it's ramping up to that point as people are not exactly sure what's happening. You make it to the Hof Estate, the headquarters of the expedition as it is. And greeting you at the gate is a friendly guard. You guys all know most of the people in the expedition. They wave you in. The page consults Henry. Sir, would you Would you like me to take the lady to her room?
I'll follow you.
Of course, sir. Of course. And it helps kind of get her down, and she's kind of just in and out of it the whole time. Takes her to her room. When you guys all enter, you do in fact see Nazaro, as well as... Hold, please. As well as... Nope, that's the wrong one. As well as Magister Walsh. Excuse me. Magister Achenbach. Aldebrand. And it appears, yeah, and so Aldebrand and Nazaro are currently kind of having like a heated discussion with each other. Nazaro, it is this is complete madness. I do not understand what is happening. He is taking control of my men. This should not be a thing. I thought we were going to be working in tandem, and I have men scattered throughout the city hunting heretics for some reason. This is a madness, I tell you. Aldebaran says, "It's fine, my friend. It's fine. Everything's going to work out in the end. Apparently, our commander's doing a service for the city, garner some pull with the Sultan, as you might say. Magister Weiss is, of course, out there, and as long as we don't have Magister Reichenbach, she's been... See, everything's going to work out in the end, my friend," as he clasps him on his shoulder with a jovial grin on his face. "Well, if you need me, I'll be retiring to my quarters. Luther," he tips his hat towards you, Luther. "Good job, my son."
Oh,
Yes, my son.
Mistress Reyna, she was kidnapped and taken by Ratman.
Oh, I've heard. It's quite the scandal. I wonder how she was overpowered so easily. Perhaps she's been slipping on her devotions.
Perhaps we've uncovered a plot as well, Magister.
Yes, we all know. Yes, indeed, Luther. We all have heard. Apparently, you are you the ringleader of this shenanigan?
No, Nazaro, we had just discovered it. Fortunately, we were also kidnapped by Skaven and Ratman. Quite the harrowing escape, and stumbled across heretics. And I have seen faces of several individuals who apparently are compromised. But we were not able to communicate with anyone. We're not sure how the Lord of the Panthers was able to suss out such heresy so quickly. Is there enough guard here?
Yeah, Aldebrand smiles. "We are quite safe, my friend. We are quite safe. Do not worry. We have everything under control. My apprentices are currently putting up additional wards and watches. And of course, Mr. Nine Lives, you go by? Sometimes, yes. He has, of course, stationed many of his more elite guardsmen around the current estate, given the situation. I assure you we are quite safe here, my friend."
Yes. Would you be able to look after the mistress? We must speak with the Sultan immediately.
Well, of course we will look after Mistress Reyna. Of course we will. Is that her belongings? She points towards like her satchel that you probably have draped over your shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have.
I will bring those to her.
The mistress, as a former apprentice, I'm sure she'd want me to hang on to him. I do appreciate your kindness.
Of course. By all means, if you'd wish to see her, make sure she's secure. Do as you will. If you need me, I'll be in my quarters.
There's heretics in the street, Magister, and you're going to go to sleep.
It's all well and taken care of. Please, you don't believe your knights can handle a few vagrants, fanatics?
Out of a wizard of your stature, it's going to do nothing.
His
Have a
large
nap.
belly kind of like moves back and forth. I do not, consult you in the ways of war, and you should not consult me in the ways of let's just call it, knowledgeable.
Henry says nothing, just a look of disgust on his face.
He clasps Nazaro on the shoulder one more time. My friend, it will all work out in the end. And he just gives a smile and begins to walk away.
I don't like that man, Luther.
Nazaro walks over to the bar, begins pouring himself a drink.
He is a strange man.
It's kind of like,
I don't like any of your wizards.
We are a prickly bunch, that is for sure. Our social graces have dulled over the years.
You say you have a, he takes a large swig. You say you have a proof of coercion of some kind? Of what the fuck is happening right now? Yes?
We do. I nod towards Nog to drop the body of the...
Oh, big man, you have seen better days, my friend. I would need to get you some pampering. Well, you dropped the corpse on the floor here. Is your reason why you dirty this nice rug?
I'll just do what Luther tells me.
How about you pick up the body, my friend? If this is your evidence, we will bring that to the Sultan. I will go with you right now. In fact,
it sounds good to me.
Should I be worried about that one? He points over towards the Hound Beckhafen, the mongrel.
He appears to be a new compatriot, perhaps.
Patriot?
Compatriot.
Yeah,
yes.
I looking for honest work.
He would be a fine addition to our company, Commander.
He looks him over. He goes, "You don't say." Very well. By all means, you are more than welcome to serve a contract with the Bold Bastards. And he kind of just nods his head.
We should go.
Yes. Is he coming? He points towards
The Hound.
the Hound. Yeah, he does.
I think he has an honest share
Oh, the mongrel, sorry.
Mongrel.
in this.
Very well.
He should get credit along with all of us.
If you trust him, I trust him. I trust you in complicity, Lucian. You are
Yes.
one of my, you one of the only ones I can rely on.
As we go,
No offense, Wolfram.
I do have a question for you as we go.
Yes.
When Commander Elwig rode off with his knights, were you there when he?
He stormed in here talking about craziness, mutants and cult, something of the sorts, and that he discovered some group. Very, one might say,
Suddenly?
convenient, since we had just been placed, us all in question of researching and investigating from Sultan these current issues, and then suddenly out of nowhere, the commander just comes up and he has all the answers, all of it.
Out of nowhere. What time specifically?
It was he just stormed in moments ago.
Moments ago. Luther, do you think
He threw down a satchel full of deeds and paperwork, and it is bullshit in my fondest opinion. It's just complete bullshit. And he walks in, he with Aldebrand's permission, confiscates several of our contingent of troop and disperses them throughout the city hunting heretics in a place where we have no jurisdiction.
Yes.
The heretics need to be rooted out.
Of course, Anthony. I understand. No offense to you, Henry. I am just more of a man of, one might say, more tactful approach.
And Nazaro, Senor Nazaro, wasn't it the almshouses? Was their foundation started by the Knights, the Panthers, if I remember correctly?
It is not necessarily. You realize that the almshouses have always existed. As long as we've been in this city, but they did have a bit of an uptick in recruitment from said places, from what I understand. They were reaching out with their doctrine and looking into possibly picking up individuals there. That's how they bolstered their numbers so quickly.
Yes. Quite disturbing evidence we found in the almshouse that we stumbled into. There were secret passages, chaos spawns, sorcerers. In addition, it appeared that we stumbled across some room that was covered in magical sigils. And some creature was pinned against the wall. My theory is that they were harvesting the flesh of this creature. It would then regenerate, as it has an amazing ability to heal itself. And then they would take this meat and then feed it to the populace. Therefore, infecting all of the poor who would happen to be eating this. So I have grave concerns of seeing the numerous amounts of peasants and
Yes,
beggars
I would have. We should go now. We should go now. Yes.
Perhaps haste.
Yes.
As we're moving, I'm gonna start looking through my mistress's belongings.
Okay. You're not gonna go bring them to her?
No.
Okay.
I just want to make sure. I'm worried that there's some sort of magical tracking device.
Okay.
Or some sort of artifact or. They found my mistress once, and so I am concerned that there is something in his bag.
Okay. So you begin to look through the kind of like satchel. The first thing you find is that black leather-bound book that you confiscated from Throke's hoard.
Not yet. No, not now. I put that one to the side.
Yeah, you're kind of like moving and you kind of like shuffle past it. Of course, there is also the map that you had recovered that was circled with interest points on it that Throke was using.
Anything correlation of the map between that and the almshouses?
No, because this is a map of Araby. It's not just it's not just Lashik.
Okay.
Then you find, let's see here. I gotta pull it up. You find, where are you? Okay. You find a scrap of almost like paper that has kind of been singed around its edges. And you recognize the heraldry as that of the Supreme Patriarch of the Colleges of Magic, who's also the Patriarch of the College of Akshi.
Okay.
And the writing is enchanted It is magical and would require you to be able to read magical runes and decipher them to read the message. But there is like a coded message in this bag.
I do have language magic.
Okay.
Obviously.
Do you have, let me see here. It is called Secret Signs.
I don't have any secret signs.
Okay. This would be a very specific coding between the upper echelon of the Red College.
Okay. I don't notice anything else in the bag.
Nothing
suspicious.
Nothing of import that you find. The note was new. You haven't seen that before. The other two things you knew about previously.
Okay. Very well. We're moving.
You all begin to move, and you make your way towards the Sultan's palace. As you get to the bottoms of the steps, you are greeted by his harem guard, the female scantily clad guard that he keeps as his personal retinue. They're out in force. I see all of you. Nazaro walks up and begins to kind of like, there's a lot of arms, move, a lot of hand gestures, lots of movement. And after about 5 or 10 minutes, you are all allowed to pass and move forward, even with Nog carrying a dead body over his shoulder. And all of you smelling quite horribly, covered in, gore and blood, and also not looking like you should probably be sitting at a hospital or something of the equivalent right now. You move up, and as you gain entrance into the palace, you see that the Sultan is sitting at his throne. Currently, there is a man, and his harem guard are kind of spread out throughout the room. There are a fair number of guardsmen, as well as a few members of the cult of Jinn. Kind of in the main, what would you call that? Like sitting area where the Sultan consulted all of you when you first came here. In his near vicinity.
The hall?
Hall, yeah, hall. So, but they're close though. They're not like spread out. They're all kind of like bundled towards where he's sitting. He's currently like having a conversation with someone who's like standing next to him. And Luther, as you guys are approaching, one of the harem guard go to announce your group of the expedition. As they turn, the man that is talking to the Sultan turns around, and you recognize him.
Oh shit!
As, where is it?
We do, or Luther does?
Luther does. Luther recognizes him as Fazi Zatar, the notable priest of the cult of Jinn, who looks back, sees you, Luther. Immediately, there's a spark of recognition in his eyes as he recognizes your face.
Luther is going to shout out, "My Sultan! Away from that man!"
As you shout that, the room is like, people start to move and shift, and you watch this Fauzi kind of, with a flick of his wrist, all of the torches and sconces in the room immediately snuff out. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode of the Expedition of the Damned.
I'm going to ask a question before
Yes.
I forget. As we were coming up to the Sultan's Palace, like we're in the upper district.
Yes, you are.
Could we kind of see out over the city?
You can see some. You can see that there are fires burning.
Okay, that was going to be my
about.
question.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there are fires
Okay.
burning out in the city right now. Large plumes of columns of smoke coming up at different points.
Okay.
But yeah, we did it, guys. We did it. You guys survived. And we'll see what happens with the Sultan next episode. So let's do Favorite Modes of the Night.
We survived.
You survived. and you made a friend. So let's start off with Wolfram. Favorite Notes of the Night, Mr. Wolfram.
Throughout the entire Forsaken campaign and this campaign, I have never come so close to true death as I did tonight. I'm going to tell you, I don't know when I go back and watch this, I'll be able to see my face go out because it was, I felt it there, man.
It was close. It was
But
close.
my other favorite moment was actually rolling a 10 and shooting the spawn in the back of the head.
You did.
So that was pretty awesome.
Good.
Too. Yeah.
I mean, in fairness, Bragadine did die.
He did die.
He did die.
At the very end.
But yes.
Yeah. Lucien. Favorite moment of the night, Lucien?
I enjoyed the relief of not having to fight the bounty hunter.
Would have been bad. At that moment.
Yeah. I don't think we could have done it.
I was going to burn resilience. Immediately. I was just going to be like, no!
We would have been toast.
That's probably what it would have taken. Yeah. It worked out. Hey, well, now you guys got a possible ally.
But also, yeah, just
a little shifty, but
I love the uncovering of a highly positioned individuals as a part of a conspiracy cult. I love it.
Indeed.
That mirror moment was really good.
So yeah, you don't know the name of the cult yet, but we'll get there. Nog, favorite moment of the night.
I did like the negotiations away from certain doom. I enjoyed, a one-on-one tussle with the horror that had a hold of me, and I was on the edge of my seat as was Wolfram going to die or not from all that poisoning, and we made it.
You made it. How about Luther? Favorite moments of the night?
My favorite, I did like all the story elements, and the combat was fun. But I really enjoyed, old Henry over there.
Henry.
He's come a long way. I mean,
Bloody
the ability to take multiple corruption this game, and not
like
just like
champ.
throw himself, until like resilience points or fate points to save from corruption. He didn't commit harakiri, after he didn't.
Yes, exactly.
So that was my favorite moment. He was like, "Well, I only took one corruption. That's a big step.
It's big. It's a big step.
That's how it starts.
Exactly.
That's exactly how it starts.
How about Henry? Favorite moments of the night, Henry?
Yeah, deep down, I'm the Arthur meme right now, where he has the clenched fist. It's pretty much a tie between getting the bounty hunter on our side.
Mm-hmm.
I missed that fight. I would like to, have my own rules against him, probably to beat him.
You never know.
I roll so well.
You never know.
And then the stuff with the mirror, because now we know.
Now you know.
We know roughly half of the snakes in the grass.
And they know.
They know. And they know that you know. They know that you know.
I hope that people can see in the dark, because I can't.
Nope. I think Nog might be able to. We have to look.
I don't know if
He might be able to. I think some
I
creatures
have
Please, we
some
can light
sort
a
of
fire.
I have some sort of darkish
I
vision.
think he
type
does.
stuff.
I think Nog actually does have like night
Night
eyes.
vision.
I've got a glowing
Yeah,
necklace
vision.
on, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh yeah, he does
got-
have a glowing necklace. That's
You have a
right.
glowing necklace. So you
What's
got
the radius on the
good.
necklace?
We can all see.
It's like
Couple
torchlight.
yards?
It's pretty slow, pretty dim, but it's enough to encompass you.
Yeah.
If I had a favorite moment, it would probably be the final reveal of the cult. We don't have a name yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. They've finally been revealed. They've been in the background for a while, so I'm excited about that for sure. And depending on how things go, next sesh might be our last one before we go to Endeavors. Depending on how things go.
Nice.
So we'll see how that goes. But I do have a viewer decision, since the past one was in fact the contract, which was the bounty hunter. That was the encounter that was pulled. So this time, however, I would like to know the sorcerer or the sword. That is the question. So you can vote down in the comment section for the sorcerer or the sword. That will affect the next session in some way. Could be good, could be bad. We'll see. Regardless, though, thank you guys very much for watching. Do make sure to like and subscribe if you have not. And of course, check out the lovable Dan Decker. Got links to his social media experiences in the description down below. And of course, leave a comment. Vote in the viewer decision. We love to read them. I love to hear from you, and I'll help you
We love
interact with the game. Exactly. So go ahead and do that. And I've been Jumbo Thick. Thank you for watching, and we are looking forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. Have a good day.